We're doing a session today on May 28th, I think it is. It is Thursday. The goats just saw that we were collecting ourselves here at the tacking area, so they came to watch. I brought my min pin Thor out in a leash, and we had the buggy here for him, so he's in his buggy. The two alpacas were way out in the pasture, and they came following. Oh, there's another saddle rack there for the future. Okay, we'll bring it out on the other side of the feeder. We're gonna see what this English saddle does on their backs. Apparently, months ago when we tried to use it, we weren't happy with it, but let's see what's wrong with it. If I have to buy another saddle, or if we have to do it without a saddle, we will. But ultimately, I want the two boys to go out on the Rancho's trails together with saddles or some kind of riding gear on, and kids enjoying the trip with them. That's my aim. However long it takes, we're aiming for that. This is spring, but you can see by the clouds in the sky, and you can't feel it, but believe me, I can tell you, it is very cold for a spring day. Okay, so now we've got our fastest learner gonna be saddled, we hope, with this other English saddle that I have.
I think it was too slippery and it kept...
We had trouble cinching it, maybe?
Yeah, it would just spin.
Yeah, okay, all right, well, we'll work on that. As a matter of fact, I brought some breast collar tack that we can use on another day, if not today, because we've got to get these saddles on correctly and safely before we even consider going out on the Rancho's trails. So I can get another cinch, or we can make another cinch. I see it's, yes, about to fall. Okay, cinches are removable and changeable. We'll see what we can do. Whoops. Sorry about that, my camera swiveled. Oh, they're spinning. They're not sure what's going on. They like to know what the right answer. They like to do what we're asking them to do if they know it's the right answer. Oh, we've got a little bit of sun coming out, shining on Thor's back. He was so happy to come out with me today. I just brought him with the leash, and then we put him in his buggy that we keep right here in the tacking area. You know what I'm thinking is that the cinch for this saddle that has worked for both of them recently, we can just take it off and put it on that saddle for now, and then I'll get a shorter cinch.
There's no way to...
We'll see. We'll deal with these problems one step at a time. Safely, we hope. I just love to watch my animals be happy. I love to watch them want to give us the right answer. Okay, so we're doing with this other saddle today what we did with this other English-like saddle in the last couple lessons. Let's see if it's going to work. It's certainly better than a Western saddle, which is much heavier. I also have a side saddle, which we could try. It's a long story why I had a side saddle all these decades, and I did use it. I even did cow work with a side saddle.
It's heavy in his legs almost. It's up to his legs.
Okay, so do you feel it would be unsafe to just go here in this area like we did?
What's uncomfortable for him?
Well,
It's on his legs.
okay. Well, let me just go out and come back in if you think he's gonna resist. We don't want resistance. We want understanding and compliance. And be careful because, okay, well, we're letting Beta follow. Tacking is very, very important. He seems to be walking okay. I have a bunch of tack from all the decades I worked with horses and mini cows. Most of it's at my other 20-acre ranch nearby. If I have to buy a new cinch, I will. Good, this is what we did with the other saddle, and it worked fine. It stayed on their backs. And you know that Alpha, when we used the other saddle last week, got an A+ for his session. Beta had a little bit of trouble with it, and he got an A-. Just try to repeat what we did with the other saddle last week, and that's going to be our objective today, and maybe tomorrow too. With the sun coming out, I'm a little bit hopeful that it's not going to be pouring rain the rest of today. I used to tutor students at UC Santa Cruz. I'm a math tutor who wanted to be weathermen, and they made them take calculus. And I always told them, I'll help you through this class, but I'm not sure it's going to help you predict the weather. I really don't know how they use calculus to predict the weather, but there wasn't supposed to be clouds and rain today, a couple days ago in the weather prediction, but this morning there were clouds and raindrops in the weather prediction picture diagram that I got to when I went to Weather Lake of the Pines. With kids that are no more than 100 pounds on my alpaca boys' backs with a lightweight saddle on each of their backs with a lead line, maybe even with ground driving lines. Our objective by, I hope, at least the end of the summer is to go out on the ranchos trails with local children and their families and give them an enjoyable ride on my alpacas, who won't mind. As long as they know what the right answer is, they try to do it. They try to give us the right answer. Well, Alpha's getting an A+ so far. It's probably about 10:15 right now. At 9:45, a half hour ago, it was complete clouds in the sky and cold weather in the air. Okay, so he's just trying to take a break and do some leaf grazing. That's okay. We finally have the parts we need to fix our Kubota. We're gonna be this weekend cutting down, we hope, the rest of the grasses here that are too high. Especially in our big pasture. Well, okay, Alpha gets an A+, assuming he lets you take the saddle off without causing us any concern. Now we'll see what Beta does. He usually learns by watching Alpha. And then we do it on him, and everything we've taught Alpha, Beta has learned. It just takes him a little longer, but that's okay. We're not in a rush. I am presently working with the local public school system and charter school system to possibly be tutoring math for the students here in our Nevada County community in the 95602 and the 95949 area. It would take a long time for me to explain to you all of the administrative bureaucratic things I have to do, even though I'm a PhD and a published math tutor and have been tutoring math self-employed since 1983. I still have to do a lot of things in order to work with the local school district. But I have been getting cooperation, and I am optimistic it will come together. Okay, see, now Beta's doing what he does sometimes. We're pretty sure we're going to be able to get the halter on him. Yeah, once he's got the neck, Beta says, oh, okay, I'll let you put the halter on. And look who's here, watching, wanting to be near. I've got my clicker. I just clicked because Beta was good. Now, am I going to be able to give him a click for putting this saddle on? It may take more than we just saw what it took to put it on Alpha. Okay, Beta did good with the other saddle. And he's doing so far good with the saddle pad. The hard part here is probably going to be bending down to put the cinch on. I really think that all I have to do is take that cinch that worked pretty easily to Tractor Supply and get a cinch like it. I think so. Yeah, he's gonna be concerned. We did have, months ago, we had an incident where the saddle wasn't cinched tight enough and went under his belly, and he finally...
That's this one.
Always at that one, I see. Okay. Well, we'll do this one step at a time. We were out in the open on the other side of that gate in our back pasture when it happened months ago, and he finally did stop, and we got the saddle off. Beta is slightly less broad in his belly. Okay, let's see what happens now when we go out here in this pre-training area. Our big training area is over there to the right, and we have nicely painted our white portable panels so that they look much better. Okay, what's Beta saying about having a saddle on? He's not looking as relaxed as Alpha was. But so far, so good. The sun is going behind the clouds again. Oh, definitely Beta is more spooky than Alpha was. That doesn't surprise me. One baby step at a time. And if you keep watching the Urban Alpaca Girl Show, I think you will be seeing us achieve our training objectives. Here comes Alpha. He's going to go and watch Beta, I think, or maybe he's just interested in coming out here to graze. Let's see what he does. They are buddies. When the goats come in the evening to join the alpacas at the sheds, which is their bedrooms, they are so cute how much they enjoy seeing each other. Oh, he's kicking out. Why did he kick out? I don't know. Because I didn't see anything touch him where he wasn't being touched prior to the kick. Let's see what he's doing. Okay. We will make sure, this is probably going to be a short lesson because I don't want to wait until something happens. I want to stop on a good note. And by the time we film tomorrow, I want to have a better cinch. Maybe 2 better cinches. Their dispositions are different from horses and mini cows, but as long as we can watch their body language and what answers they're giving us to our requests and adjust our teaching methods, I think we're going to be okay. Now he's kicking out, so he is feeling something that he doesn't understand. Okay, now he's going to get tied to the portable panel, being that he's only an alpaca and not a 1,200-pound horse. We're pretty safe to tie them to these panels. While he's kicking out, I'm not going to click, but if he doesn't kick out, I click. That's it. Uh-oh, then he lost that. Click. See, he's trying to pull back, but he's not getting anywhere because he's only, he's less than 200 pounds. All right, we learned a lot today. I hope you learned a lot. I hope you'll watch this video and watch for our next one. I hope tomorrow, unless it's pouring rain. And maybe we'll meet a little bit later, maybe around noon. I'll see if that works for our schedules. Okay. And I'd say that that Beta got an A-. And please stay tuned. And if you have any questions, SoniaSokolow@gmail.com. SoniaSokolow@gmail.com.